Yo, what's going on, y'all? This is Marcus Rosa, aka MAZUMA TV. Back at y'all with some more boxing talk, man. I hope everybody's having a blessed, beautiful, positive, productive night. I hope you had a great day overall, man. I'm back at y'all with some more boxing talk. We're gonna be talking about the possible Devin Haney $100 million plus deal that's on the way. According to Bill Haney himself, we're going to be speaking about Daniel Dubois versus Fabio Wardley. And then, of course, we're going to get into some open boxing topics. But before we get into all of that, if y'all could please hit the like button on the way in, that'd be very much appreciated. We on the road to 4K. We well into the 3,500 mark, looking to crack that 3,600 mark in due time. Shout out to the nation and the mob for making this possible. My apologies for coming on late. Had to take care of a few things, a little bit of procrastination as well. You feel what I'm saying? But we in here and we'll make it do what it do regardless. You see what I'm saying? Shout out to my boy Justin Jackson in the building, man. What's going on? What's going on? How we feeling? Y'all go ahead and hit the like as soon as we get up in here, man. Let's not waste any time. It don't cost you nothing. Show a nigga love. You feel what I'm saying? Definitely gonna be speaking about this big deal that Devin Haney may very possibly sign. You know what I mean? Or what that could mean for the sport of boxing moving forward. You know what I'm saying? That's a big deal, man. They get that shit done. That's a big deal. What? What's a big deal? This deal that this fighter might sign. Marissa, what's going on, Marissa? Agent 86, what up? He said, is the deal real? I mean, it could possibly be. And the reason why I say possibly is because obviously nobody has confirmed it yet. I haven't heard Devin Haney confirm it. I haven't heard, Zuffa or any other promotional company that's offering this deal. I didn't hear anybody come out and say that it was official. To be honest, we may never know until it's signed, sealed, delivered, whatever the case is. But a lot of things point towards Zuffa for Devin Haney. Because for one, Devin Haney and Turki Al-Sheikh have a great relationship, from what I understand. And Turki Al-Sheikh is the one, along with the Saudis, who financed Zuffa Boxing. So that may very well be, a possibility. Another thing is we keep hearing all these other fighters talk about Devin Haney being over with Zuffa. We've seen Bill Haney put together a tweet where Bill has said something along the lines of, let me see, what was it? He said, the business will test you, people will doubt you due to Devin Haney, right? He wrote that, let me see, yesterday. And Teofimo Lopez had replied to it and said something along the lines of, and sign with Zuffa Boxing. You know what I'm saying? So Teofimo Lopez probably heard something through the grapevine that Devin Haney's about to sign a deal with Zuffa. When these guys are, at a high level, boxing is a small world. They're probably hearing little things because they deal with, mutual people. That may very well be a possibility. I also seen that Richardson Hitchens, who just signed with Zuffa recently, wrote something on Twitter and said, Richardson Hitchens versus Devin Haney 2026. Now, why would he say that if Devin Haney wasn't associated with Zuffa Boxing? You know what I'm saying? Why would he be so optimistic about that? Maybe because Devin Haney's working on a deal with Zuffa Boxing. You know what I'm saying? And to be honest with you, I feel like Zuffa Boxing is the only ones out here right now that's dropping off large sums of money to get fighters to fight. We just seen Daniel Dubois fight for, not Daniel Dubois. Shout out to Daniel Dubois, though. We just seen Conor Benn fight a terrible fight, to be honest with you, against Regis Prograis for 15 M's. Wasn't even a world title fight, anything like that. So if anybody's going to be dropping big bags right now to try to level up, it is Zuffa Boxing. Everybody else is established, and they're not in the game as of right now to be overpaying anybody. You know what I'm saying? Eddie Hearn was doing it at one point in time when he first got that DAZN deal, just trying to entice all the fighters to come over. But now that he has these fighters where he wants them, he's not doing that anymore. Zuffa, they're a new company. They looking to, sign the biggest and baddest names, I guess you would say, in the sport of boxing. How are they going to be able to do that? By showing these guys the money. So wouldn't be surprised if Devin Haney gets this deal worth $100 million plus from Zuffa Boxing. Wouldn't be surprised at all. And that'll be a huge chess move on, Zuffa Boxing's part, because if you're signing someone as popular, as relevant, as big of a fighter as Devin Haney, a lot of these dudes may be persuaded to go over there and see what Zuffa Boxing is talking about. So, you know, um, there's that. The answer, answer your question, age 86, we really don't know just yet, but that's what Bill Haney talking about. So let's go ahead and pull that tweet up. Let's go ahead and pull that tweet up. This is something that Bill put together earlier today. I try to get I was because he's been, we've been communicating through DM and shit like that, but I was like, Bill, you gotta tell me more about this deal. He ain't say nothing. So I'm like, So, it's still under wraps right now. They're not ready to announce it. It's all good. You know what I'm saying? But this is Bill Haney's tweet right here. He says, new deal worth over $100 million before 30 years old. Who's your manager? Now, come on, y'all. It's, we don't really need all the details to understand what Bill is talking about. One thing Bill has always done is, mention his son's accomplishments along with how young he was, able to do so. Devin Haney, from what I understand, he is 28. 27 years old. 27 years old, going to be 28 this year. And yeah, so he's talking about before 30, we getting $100 million plus deal. You know what I'm saying? He said, who's your manager? Obviously, he manages his son. So he has to be talking about Devin Haney based off of the age, based off of him being his son's manager. Pretty much being the face of DHP. It just makes sense. It's obvious that he's talking about his son. Now, who is he getting the 100 M's from? I believe, and I'm pretty confident that it's Zuffa Boxing, to be honest with you. But, I would, it would be a total, and it would be, I'm going to just say, it'll be a total shock to me if it was anybody else. But $100 million deal, listen, man, that's huge. Unless it's Riyadh season. I don't know if Riyadh season is giving out deals like that anymore. But most likely it's going to be Zuffa Boxing because Riyadh season, Ring Magazine, Zuffa Boxing, they locked in. They're going to be doing a lot of work together. So, it is what it is. But listen, man, this shit right here, if this gets done, I'm going to just say this right now, y'all. If this deal gets done and Devin Haney actually signs a 9-figure deal, a lot of these dudes out here going to be looking very fucking stupid. I'm not going to lie to you. And this is why I'm going to say that, y'all. My boy Justin Jackson said, shout out Zuffa. Absolutely. If they giving that boy that bag, I'll be very happy for him. He deserves it. You feel what I'm saying? Agent 86 said if Devin somehow manages to get that, then he literally robbed the bank. That's what you're supposed to do, right? And this is the thing, man. Like these fans, these media outlets and shit like that, they be making it seem like fighters be wrong for taking these bags. Oh man, he robbed the bank, man. Like you ain't worth that much money. Who the fuck are you to tell somebody what they're worth? You know what I mean? Imagine you going to a job interview and they sit there and they ask you, so what's your desired pay? What's your desired salary? And you say, I want 30 an hour. And they end up giving you the 30 an hour. Can you imagine somebody you don't even know personally? There's somebody who happens to be in your workspace telling you, oh, he ain't worth $30 an hour. Who does he think he is? Motherfucker, obviously I am if they're willing to give me what I'm asking for. You stupid motherfucker. What are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like that it got to be really frustrating to deal with that type of shit. Thank God I've never run across anything like that in my life personally. But, and that's probably because I don't be telling people about my finances and shit like that. But, all in all, man, shout out to Devin Haney for getting that deal, man. You are worth, and this goes for any line of business. Fuck with this person saying that you worth. Fuck with this person saying you worth, man. You worth what you negotiate, man. So if you somebody who is gonna negotiate fighting for crumbs, then that's you a crumbs type of fighter. If you're able to negotiate a 7-figure deal for yourself, you a 7-figure fighter. 8 figures, 8-figure fighter. 9 figures, 9-figure fighter. Devin Haney, he signs this deal. Can't nobody say that he's not a 9-figure fighter because they're willing to pay him that. That's what the fuck he's worth at the end of the day. You know what I mean? LeBron James got a lifetime deal with Nike that's worth over $1 billion or whatever the case is. That's $1 billion man. You feel what I'm saying? Justice said, we do get mad when boxers outprice themselves, though. I mean, absolutely. We do get mad if they outprice themselves, but if Devin Haney signs this deal, that's not one of those situations. You know what I mean? If Devin's like, yo, I want a deal that's worth this much, and they're like, okay, let's do it. That's not him pricing himself out. That sounds like that's him getting exactly what he wants. Now, if Devin Haney said, yo, I want $100 million deal, and they'd be like, man, we can't do that for you. The most we can give you is probably like a $30 million deal for like 6 fights, 5 fights. And he walks away from it, then and nobody else is willing to give him that, then yeah, he's pricing himself out. But if he's able to get people to agree to give him $100 million contract, then what the fuck? Like it is what it is. You worth what you negotiate. So shout out to Devin Haney, Bill Haney. They know what the fuck they doing, obviously, because every time a promoter like Eddie Hearn has come out and said that they're asking for money that they're not worth and it just doesn't make sense, blah, blah, blah. They always seem to find a way to get paid. So, you know what I mean? It's either they're not worth that money or they're really good at proving that they're worth that money. I don't know what it is. You know what I'm saying? But that's what these managers are here for, man. They know how to talk the business. They do a whole lot of persuading. You know what I mean? They know exactly, what buttons to push, what strings to pull. And look, man, if Bill Haney was able to secure a 9-figure deal for his son, that was one of the greatest fathers of all time, man. I'm sorry, like that's phenomenal shit. That's phenomenal shit, man. Um, that's something that I would love to shit. If I'm in a position to do that for my son in the future, shit, I would do that in a heartbeat. So, Devin Haney, Bill Haney, man, they living the absolute fucking dream right now, man. Can you imagine your father, being as hands-on as Bill is, and and I got a great father. Shout out to my father. Being as hands-on as Bill Haney is, and just always seeming to make the right moves for his son. You know what I'm saying? And just put him in a great position from the very beginning, from the amateurs all the way into the pros, and deciding to be a free agent the whole time, and going on different platforms, fighting for different promoters, you know what I mean, and accomplishing everything that they've accomplished, man. It's a true success story. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. It's inspiring, to be real. But people gonna find a way to hate. You know what I mean? Oh, that's cap, man. That's cap, man. But y'all bitch ass niggas wasn't saying that Tank was capping when he said he had that 6 to 7 fight deal worth however much money, and was saying that all these different fighters was included in that deal just for him to fight none of them motherfuckers that he said was on the deal. Come on, man. Y'all remember that when Tank had that 6 to 7 fight deal, and it was worth a shit ton of money. Whole time, that deal ain't nowhere to be found. Bella Faith said, I wonder how long they've been in talks with Zuffa. Well, it would have to be it had to be since his last fight, or at least around that time frame. He just fought in November against Brian Norman. So definitely sometime after November till now, they may have been in negotiations. That's what it sounded like to me. You know what I'm saying? And they big on free agency and being independent. So if they sign this deal, it just means that it was just something that they could not turn down. So it's gonna have to be for a shit ton of money. You feel what I'm saying? For them to give up free agency and actually be locked into a deal, and if it's 100 million, it's gonna be a few fights he's gonna be with them for. So it has to be money that just cannot be turned down. It has to be crazy money. Yeah, man. Shawnee Bow 2914 says 100 mil. I just don't think it's true. I mean, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, Bill Haney saying this. I don't think he'll be saying that for no reason. You know how stupid Bill Haney would sound if he's saying, "Oh, 100 new deal worth over 100 million," and then the deal's only in reality worth 30 million. He would look like an extraordinary capper. I don't think he would make up that number unless it was something that was really discussed. And it says worth over 100 million. So it's not guaranteed that he'll make over 100 million, but there's a possibility he may make over 100 million. You know what I mean? What's going to be important, though, is how many fights is it going to be? Is it going to be a 5-fight deal? Is it going to be a 6-fight deal? I just don't see them doing a short-term contract for 100 mil. I really don't. Let me see. Bella also followed up. Shout out to Bella Faith in the building. I haven't seen you in a few. I hope everything all right with you and yours. She said, Rolly, you are dumb if this deal is real. Man. Well, the talks had to have been had after the Rolly Romero negotiations fell through, to be honest with you. Because at that time, he was willing to come over to PBC to make the fight happen. You know what I mean? If he was locked in with Zuffa already, I don't think he would have been willing to go to PBC as an independent fighter. So maybe these negotiations happened recently. You know, after the Rolly Romero negotiations fell apart, they probably had a meeting, probably had some conversations, you know what I mean, trying to see exactly what it would take for them to fight for Zuffa. They reached a certain number. They was, you know, willing to get the deal done, and now they finalizing a deal that's worth over 100 million according to Bill Haney. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm gonna say is, man, you know, people gonna be talking shit. Oh man, that boy Dev done robbed the bank. We all know he's not worth this much, and Zuffa Boxing is ruining boxing because they're giving these fighters money that that they're not really worth. And bro, shut the fuck up, please, bro. Like, who the fuck are y'all to tell motherfuckers that they can't get all of the money that they could get out of the sport of boxing? You know what this game is, bro? You want to know what the business of boxing is, bro? These promoters, right? Who's the most prominent motherfuckers in the sport of boxing? It's the networks, the promoters, the fucking fighters, right? And everybody in between, the managers, the lawyers, all that shit, right? But let's just keep the big three. Networks, because they the one who pay the fucking promoters. The promoters, the ones that pay the fighters, and fighters are the ones who, you know, entertain for cash, right? For the bread. The fighter's job is to get as much money off of the promoter as possible. That's their job. They're going to do whatever they can to try to get every dollar up off of these promoters. That's what the manager is for. To, you know, go toe to toe, blow for blow with these promoters and hopes to get the biggest bag possible for their fighter. The promoter's job is to keep as much money as possible while giving fighters the least amount of money possible. I know that they don't want to admit this, but that is what their objective is. They're not in the game to just pay these fighters while they leave with crumbs. Fuck no, they in this game to get to a fucking bag. You feel what I'm saying? Now, you might run into some promoters who are more generous than others, but for the most part, these promoters want to make all the fucking money while the fighter makes the bare minimum. That's the reality. These motherfuckers be talking shit about Dana White, but you better believe they wish they was in Dana White's shoes. Oh man, the UFC, Oscar De La Hoya. Oh man, the UFC don't pay their fighters. Oh, Eddie Hearn talking shit about the UFC. If them niggas had the opportunity to be in Dana White's shoes, they would do it. Trust me. If they had the chance to get 80% of the UFC's profits and be worth over, 9 figures, how much is Dana White worth? You gotta be worth $100 million. What is Dana White worth? He worth $500 million. I heard this nigga was playing baccarat for like $450,000 a hand. Like, Dana White got a different type of money. You know what I mean? He owns like 10% of the UFC. And the UFC just had a crazy ass he just got a crazy ass payout for the UFC being sold for $4 billion. Like, if they could, they would. You feel what I'm saying? So that's just what it is. I forgot where the fuck I was even going with all of this shit. But yeah, the promoter's job is to get as much money off of these fighters as possible while giving them the least amount. That's why Oscar De La Hoya was saying out here, you know what I mean? I like, feed these fighters crumbs. You keep feeding these fighters crumbs, they'll stay hungry and they'll continue to fight for you. If you're for paying the fighters, shit tons of money, why would you have this type of philosophy? Why would you even say something like that? You know what I'm saying? Nostalgic said they are jealous Turkey picked Dana to be his right-hand man. That's a fact. That's a fact. But you know why Turkey chose Dana White for real? Because he's seeing how the way Dana White was moving with the UFC, and he's seeing how, I'm sure Turkey Al-Sheikh was like, yo, man, because Turkey probably the type motherfucker, bro, I don't really know how to pay these motherfuckers, but then keep them hungry. You know what I'm saying? Like, how can I run this business? Because I'm giving these fighters what they want. And, Turkey Al-Sheikh seemed to be unsatisfied with, that Times Square event. I mean, he gave these guys shit tons of money and they performed the way they did. Bro, like, how can I, and I only got a certain amount of money, how can I budget this money and still get the biggest and best fights in the sport of boxing? Who is accustomed to doing this? And he sees Dana White making a shit ton of money. Like I said, had a $4 billion payout from the UFC. He's been able to keep all of this money, but still make these big fights in the UFC and all that shit. How is he able to do that? So he seen Dana White run a business. You know what I mean? Turkey Al-Sheikh probably already had a UBO already set up in his mind. You know what I mean? Where he's just trying to make boxing, put all the boxing under one umbrella, or at least attempt to. Who has a history of doing that? Dana White. It's in a different martial art, but he wants to follow that same concept. So he's gonna have Dana White run the fucking business because he already has experience doing that. It works out because Dana White has been trying to be in boxing for a long time now, but when he's seeing how much these fighters are getting paid and how they know their sense of self-worth, he walked away from the sport. Zuffa Boxing isn't a new thing. A lot of people forget that. It's not a new thing. He attempted to come into boxing before, but he's seen how wild and how many fucking hands are in the cookie jar in boxing. He was like, oh, no, fuck that. I'm used to monopolize shit around here. I ain't about to be sharing bread with nobody. Cool. If I can't take over this shit, I'm cool. So he fell back for a while. But once Turkey Al-Sheikh came around with that bag, he was like, maybe I could use Turkey Al-Sheikh in hopes of monopolizing boxing, just like I did with the UFC. You know what I mean? Turkey Al-Sheikh was like, oh, this guy knows what to do. He knows how to handle the money. You know what I mean? He knows how to pay these fighters. He knows how to, keep a business running efficiently. So he chose him. He said, don't forget that Paramount deal as well. Yep. That's what I be peeping, though. My boy Rouse said, what was Canelo saying? De La Hoya was talking about we paid them less to keep them hungry. Yeah. That's the reality, man. These promoters, their job is to keep as much money possible while giving fighters the least amount that they can. Because they have a business, they want to stay, in the profit. They want to be a profitable business. It's going to be hard to make a lot of profit or at least have a profit in your business if you're giving your fighters all of the money that's being generated. You know what I'm saying? So they want to be a profitable business. A lot of that is keeping the money amongst yourselves. And these networks' job is to, all these guys' jobs is to make money. How can I get this promotional company on our network and profit off of these guys being on our network without giving them as much money as they're looking for? All these dudes is looking for some type of gain with the least amount of risk. That's what it comes down to in this shit. And I guess that could be said for a lot of these businesses. But all in all, man, if Devin Haney goes ahead and he locks that deal in, that's worth over $100 million. I love it, man. Now, what's going to be interesting is if he does sign that Zuffa deal, who's going to be the potential opponents? Not only that, but Devin Haney has expressed in the past that, belts mean something to him. You know what I mean? He was going back and forth with Max Kellerman, like, you know what I mean? Like, these belts matter. And Max was like, oh, well, these belts don't matter to me because, you know, he's swinging off a turkey sack right now, so he gonna do whatever Turkey tell him to do. But he was like, "Well, that's you." You know what I'm saying? Like that's you because you haven't boxed before. But like real boxers, belt being a champion matters. Having belts matters. So with that type of mentality, if he signs with Zuffa, how is he going to be able to maintain his world titles? How is he going to be able to defend his world titles? How if he would like the unified division, how is he going to be able to do that? Can Devin Haney lock in a deal with Zuffa Boxing, have them represent him financially, and then run back to that Rolly Romero fight and lock something in? Because they was like, oh, you need, DHP is supposed to be guaranteeing your split. All right, so if I come back with Zuffa backing me financially, can we get a fight going? Because y'all not giving me no guarantees. Y'all saying my split has to be coming from my promotional company. Oh, DHP must not be a promotional company because they can't even guarantee a split. They can't even pay for your split. They can't even pay for your purse. Okay, well, I'm with Zuffa Boxing now. Can we get something going? Gonna be interesting because Rolly still ain't got no opponent. Eduardo Alvarez said, are they gonna strip Devin too? I don't know, man, because for real, I think Zuffa's starting to realize, at least Dana White and them, that getting rid of them belts ain't gonna be too easy, man. Them belts are too influential for these fighters, man. You can't raise somebody up on something their whole life, and then when they are getting close to something or when they finally achieve that, you can't tell them that shit doesn't matter anymore. These guys like Devin Shakur, Tiafimo, if you even want to throw in Ryan Garcia, pussy ass, all these dudes that's coming up in the sport of boxing, they've all visualized, dreamt, and fantasized, I guess you would say, about winning a world title. Did y'all see Bruce Carrington in there? That motherfucker was crying like a baby when he won his first world title. You seen J Rock when he first when he became a unified champion after beating Jerry Hurt? Like these guys, and they always say, ain't nothing like winning your first world title. I heard Tito Trinidad say this before, and he won multiple in multiple divisions. You can't tell these guys that belts don't matter or that this Zuffa belt is going to replace the WBC, the WBO, the WBA, the IBF. It just don't work like that. It's too much history. It's too much visualizing, too much dreaming of these belts to just go ahead and be like, you know what, let's just give you this money and just pretend that these belts don't exist. It's not how this shit work. So I really hope that Zuffa is able to come together with these sanctioning bodies and get these fights done, because it's going to be really hard for Zuffa to keep fighters. It's going to be really hard for Zuffa to sign fighters if they aren't acknowledging these sanctioning bodies and acting like their Zuffa belt is just more important, more significant than these major world titles. It's going to be very hard to obtain. I'm telling you, it is. J-Day said Hitchens and Conor Benn. Well, we see Hitchens talking about it. You know what I mean? He been calling Devin Haney out like a motherfucker. You feel me? So he officially at 47 now. So he going to have to either put up or shut up. Seem like he willing to rumble. We'll see. I'm not really too trusting in Richardson Hitchens at all, especially with them Keyshawn Davis negotiations, how the way he just carried it with Oscar Duarte. I'm going to keep it real. Hitchens on my shit list right now. Not that I was ever a big fan of him anyway, but I definitely don't like how he moving. But Conor Benn, I just don't see Conor Benn fighting Devin Haney. He ain't want to fight Devin Haney before. That's why he's been downplaying him, trying to call him boring. He's not an entertaining fighter. He's not really entertaining. He's not an entertaining fighter. Why ain't you the entertaining one? Why are you worried about whether somebody's entertaining or not? If you entertaining, you know what I mean, you could make the fight entertaining overall. Can you beat this motherfucker or not? When fighters get to talk about how other fighters is boring and using it as a reason to not fight them, what that sounds like to me is this motherfucker got too much skills and I don't want to deal with them. That's what it sounds like to me. But Eddie Hearn, I just see Eddie Hearn. This motherfucker said Conor Benn turned down 3 world titles, 3 world title fights. He said that he turned down Josh Kelly. He turned down the world title fight against Josh Kelly because he was talking about, that's not a big enough fight. As if Conor Benn you know what I mean, is this fucking superstar that just needs to be in big fights. Bro, it's a world title fight. You've never won a world title. Who the fuck are you to say that that fight's not big enough when he has something that you've never obtained in your whole boxing career? So then at 47, they offered him the Lewis Crocker fight. The weakest champion at 47 right now, in my opinion. Lewis Crocker. Nah, that's not a big fight. And plus, you know what I mean, that rehydration clause, I ain't fucking with it. Okay. What was the other one? They offered him Rolly Romero. You can't say that ain't a big fight. He just came off of the biggest win of his career against Ryan Garcia. You can't say that, you can't say that that Rolly's a boring fighter because he get with the shits. He gonna get right with you. He gonna fight your ass, nigga. You ain't gotta worry about him outboxing you, none of that shit. You was acting like you was with the shits with Rolly Romero. You was trying to bitch him up, trying to headbutt the nigga when you saw him and all that. Rolly get behind these scenes with you to make a fight happen, and you tuck your tail and you sign with Zuffa to go fight Regis Prograde. You bitch ass nigga. Man, get Conor Ben the fuck up out of here, man. Get Conor Ben the fuck up out of here, bro.
Got like $70,000 in my pocket. If you body me, you can take the money. Right now. I hate you, nigga. Let's die.
Nigga, cold bitch.
Are you embarrassed by this?
Who the fuck you think I am? Boy, you better slap your fucking self.
One of the biggest pussies in boxing.
Cornball, nigga. Use a fucking cornball. Use a fucking cornball. Use a fucking cornball. You're a fucking cornball. Use a fucking cornball. Y'all listen to this cornball. This nigga's a cornball.
Shout out Tony Harrison. That's one of my favorite clips of all time. But my boy Justice said, I wonder what's Rolly's plans because Giasov fighting Catterall on the 23rd. Well, this the thing. Rolly never wanted to fight Giasov. And I honestly feel like he went after that Devin Haney fight, not because he wanted to fight, but because it made more sense to fight Devin than Giasov. Because you got to understand, Rolly had a lot of options, and they all fell apart. He had Barrios. I remember we was talking. He said he had 3 options at the time. It was Barrios, Ryan, and Manny. Barrios and fucking Ryan ended up fighting each other. So that's 2 smoked out the picture right there. So you're like, all right, let's see what's going on with oh yeah, I already said Ryan. So he's like, all right, what's up with Pacquiao? Pacquiao, say he was demanding more money. Basically outpricing himself, and then they saying he gonna fight Floyd Mayweather at the end of this year. Who that leave you with? Giasov. So you're like, man, I don't want to fight Dev, but I'll make more money fighting Dev than Giasov. So it's either a high risk, low reward, or a high risk, high reward. Which one you gonna go with? So he act like he was, he spent the block. I mean, all of a sudden he's interested in facing Devin Haney. Devin Haney and him is in negotiations. In the process of them being in negotiations, Giasov locks in a fight with Jack Catterall. So that's a breath of fresh air for Rolly Romero because now he don't got to worry about facing his mandatory in the WBA. So I think that's why at this point Rolly ain't really tripping whether he fight Devin or not because he ain't got to worry about Giasov right now. But still, I would like to see Rolly and Devin fight each other, man. I think that's a fight that should happen. I don't know exactly how Zuffa and PBC going to match up or at least do business. I heard David Benavidez said that Zuffa, is hard to do business with or something along those lines in that press conference he just did. He said he had heard something about, Zuffa being difficult to do, fights with or whatever the case is when he was talking about Jai Opetaia and all that. So I don't know how that'll work out. I ain't gonna lie. But I would like to see Rolly and Dev fight. I think that'd be a great. They got history. They got a storyline. You know what I mean? They sparred each other before. They've set up. There's been a lot of back and forth between them. They actually trained out of the same gym for a good amount of time at the Mayweather Boxing Club. And now they both champions in the same division. Who does not want a unification fight at 147? Like, why not? They both coming off of good wins. What's the problem? And is Bozy still with Catterall? I don't believe so because I think I seen Jack Catterall training out in the UK for this fight. So I don't know, man. Like these dudes just be jumping from trainer to trainer. I don't really understand that nor respect it, to be honest with you. But you know, these fighters gonna do what they do. With how weight drained he looked, it would have been bad if he was in there with Rolly. Yeah, Rolly would have knocked Conor Ben out. And Conor Ben, he I don't know how he gonna make 47 the way he looked in that last jump, man. He should have just stood his ass at 154. I don't know why he did that. I don't know why he did that. Like as terrible as you looked on that scale for that Regis Prograis fight, it looked like you ain't had no power, none of that. You had good speed, you had good volume. See, Conor Ben good for that. He'll outwork a motherfucker for sure. But nah. Power wasn't there. You know what I mean? You was getting hit with shots. You know what I mean? Shit just wasn't. Conor Ben's is not good, bro. I'm gonna just keep it real. Like very predictable, low IQ, shaky defense. Rolly Romero be looking like he's at the perfect weight when he weighs in at 147. I got him beating Conor Ben. I swear to God, I do. Yeah, Catterall did good in his last fight when he fought what was his name? Asuman? Yeah, that was with Bozy. Catterall was snapping. Catterall could fight, man. Him versus Giasov is going to be a really good fight. And shout out to Jack Catterall. That was the only motherfucker I seen calling out Devin Haney. And nobody else wanted to fight him at 47. Jack Catterall was the only one flagging him down. Y'all ranked number 1 in the WBO. What's up? But Dev, like, nigga, I'm trying to get to this money. You tripping. I'm trying to get one of these world champions or something. But I get it. But, you know, if Catterall goes ahead and he beats Giasov, it's inevitable that he gets a big fight next, in my opinion. Josue Hernandez, what up, brother? What's going on? Steve Davis says, PED test enable, please, for Ryan's sake. I don't understand what that mean, brother. What you mean PED test enable? Enable PED test for Ryan? Yeah, I don't understand. I might be a little slow right now. I'm not getting where you coming from, brother. Yeah, Rouse says too much smoke at 154 for Conor Ben. Yeah, bro, you turning down Josh Kelly? Probably because Josh Kelly would have boxed the shit out of Conor Ben. I ain't gonna lie. Probably would have boxed the fuck out of me. But Chris, Conor Ben ain't fight at 47 in 3 years, fought at middleweight back to back, and he just thought it was gonna be a smooth transition to 47. You fucking fool. You a fool. You cut to your muscle to make the welterweight limit. You look like shit. You know what I'm saying? You could even finish Regis Prograis, who admitted that he was terrified of you and said that he was going to pull out the day of the fight. Couldn't even do nothing with him. And you gave that nigga confidence. He was having moments. Having real moments in there, bro. Like, come on, man. Stop it. That motherfucker Conor scared of his own shadow. He a hoe. One of Bet says Conor don't want to fight nobody that's not gonna slug with him because that's a guaranteed loss. I think with how drained he look at 47, I'm willing to bet Conor Ben Chinny at 47. I'm willing to bet. You cut into that fucking muscle and you lose all of that water from your system, that shit. I mean, and you start losing fluid from that brain. Every fucking shot you get hit with, rock your shit. I'm willing to bet he Chinny at 47. Regis just wasn't able to expose it. You know what I mean? Get punched by Rolly Romero with some 8-ounce gloves and let's see how he hold up. All that shit look good. Go ahead and get punched by Brian Norman with some 8-ounce gloves and see, you know what I mean? See what happened to you. I bet you them legs disappear. J-Day says, shout out to Regis' new Porsche. Yeah, I saw that, man. Congratulations to Regis Prograis. Look like he's enjoying retirement very early. I hope he's making wise, financial decisions, just not out here splurging, because you continue to splurge like that, I don't even know how much the Porsche was worth, but I know they ain't cheap. So hopefully, you know what I mean, you making smart choices with your money and you ain't spending all reckless because best believe you keep spending like that, nigga, you gonna be in bare knuckle or some shit. You gonna be right back in boxing. I feel like I still got something left. Yeah, all right. You know, I miss boxing. I feel like I could still fight at a high level. I think I could win a world title again. No, Regis. No. Bare knuckle might take you, brother. And I heard they not even paying like that. But go try out power slap or something, nigga. I've been watching that power slap shit, bro. Oh my god, I can't believe that shit. I ain't gonna lie, like that shit make me cringe, but I can't help but watch that motherfucker, man. That power slap shit is phenomenal. Will be killing me be the females slapping each other to sleep. I'm like, god damn. I be seeing them actually training in the gym. Bro, these niggas be doing a slap contest. Bro, they literally be in a gym slapping a heavy bag. That shit had me cracking the fuck up. Y'all niggas is really practicing y'all technique when slapping niggas on a heavy bag. No boxing gloves, nothing. They literally going like this on a heavy bag. Wham! I'm like, oh shit. Okay. Shit had me cracking the fuck up. Oh my god. You know, like they be doing like the Roosters fighting in Puerto Rico and shit like that. You know that the Roosters actually they actually train the Roosters. Niggas don't even know that. Like the Roosters that be fighting, like in these Caribbean little, you know, in the Caribbean and shit, they literally train the Roosters. Like they spar and all. Like the Roosters, they be having like headgears and I think they be putting like little gloves over they claws and shit, their talons, whatever you want to call them. And they be where they be training. Yo, the Roosters be doing road work and all. Like, should just be hilarious. I ain't gonna lie. But when I seen them niggas actually like in a boxing gym slapping a heavy bag, bro, I couldn't help but laugh. I'm sorry, bro. I couldn't help but laugh. Josue said power slap is 100% gonna give a nigga CTE one day. Shit, that's if they ain't already got it. Oh, there's no way. Why do I know this? Because I'm Puerto Rican. And when you talk to other Puerto Ricans who actually get into those, you know, them rooster fights and shit like that. And just to be clear, we're not doing it over here because that is illegal. But as far as I'm concerned, I think roosters fighting in Puerto Rico is legal. Like it's illegal under federal law, but Puerto Rico still does it. And a lot of the time the local officials don't enforce the ban. Don't they put little claws on the roosters? What you mean? Bro, they be fighting, bro. That's all I know. So that sounds like under federal law, the US says that Puerto Rico can't do that shit with the roosters. Puerto Rico like, nigga, eat a dick. We gonna do what we want over here, nigga. That's what it sounds like to me. Little metal claws when they fight. I don't know. See, I don't know all of that. I've personally never been to one, so I can't. I don't really know the details, but I know that's like huge. That's like tradition in Puerto Rico. Like that's something that they get into. You feel me? Yeah, we could slaughter chickens all day. We could eat chickens all day, and you know what I mean. But we can't fucking but don't let them fight. Don't let them fight. You know why? You know why they trying to ban that shit? Because they ain't making no money off of it. Yeah, I mean, if the government had a way to make money off of these roosters fighting and shit like that, they'll legalize that motherfucker. That's really what it all be coming down to. Oh, y'all niggas ain't gonna give us no bread off of that. Y'all just gonna be gambling and y'all gonna be coming up and we not gonna eat. All right, well, we gonna ban this. Whole time, nigga, we don't give a fuck about Puerto Rico. Don't give a fuck about y'all federal laws, nigga. The fuck is you talking about? The police officers don't even respect what the fuck y'all talking about. We ain't enforcing this shit. Nigga said a Zuffa rooster. That's funny. But how we feeling, man? How we feeling about Daniel Dubois versus Fabio Wardley? I seen that intense ass face off they just had. I see everybody keep shitting on Daniel Dubois too because of his interviews and shit like that. He not trying to talk. Listen, man, that nigga's in fight mode. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? I feel like I ain't no fucking doctor, but Daniel Dubois, definitely this something. Y'all niggas know that he ain't all the way there. You feel me? So why y'all upset that he acting the way he acting? If he in fight mode, he don't want to be doing all these stupid ass where they says that you know what I mean, where y'all niggas is taking the piss. You're taking the piss breath. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all over here asking all these dumbass questions, asking Daniel Dubois what his favorite color is and if he's excited for the fight and you know what's your favorite thing about boxing? What's your least favorite thing about boxing? Like, bro, be fucking original, bro. Be fucking original. That's all I'm saying. They get asked the same question 1,000,001 times. Why don't y'all take that into consideration and try to do something outside of the box? But anyways, here's Fabio Wardley and Daniel Dubois face off.
Triple D, Daniel Dynamite Dubois face off with the defending world champion, Fabio Wardley.
1-2.
Well, this is intense. Fabio Wardley, Daniel Dubois, WBO World Heavyweight Championship on the line. Don't blink. And by the way, neither are they.
None of them are blinking, Dev. It's intense. It's very intense. You can see it firsthand here. It's intense.
Well, that is why Daniel Dubois stuck around. He watched the entirety of Fabio Wardley's workout, and now he's got in, and they are facing off ahead of their clash on Saturday night. This one's so good, Zach.
It's a very good fight. It's a very big fight. World Championship on the line. 2 British heavyweights. It's absolutely quality.
95% knockout rate against 95% knockout rate Saturday night live on the Zone.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this the main event Saturday.
Very, very animated. Daniel Dubois. Very, very animated. See him like pacing back and forth and you know, just this intense look in his eyes. I'm seeing Fabio Wardley with a quiet confidence about himself, not really, you know, being a bit stoic, to be honest with you. You know, seeing him, you know, he's not really fazed by what Daniel Dubois is doing. I feel like Daniel Dubois is trying to tap into the psychological games right now, which is crazy because it don't seem like nobody's home up there. I'm gonna keep it real with you. You know what I mean, no disrespect, but you know what I mean, it's funny to see him try to play the intimidation factor. Fabio doesn't really look like he's, you know, invested into the psychological games. Doesn't look like he really fears Daniel Dubois too much. But Daniel is definitely locked in. Let's see what else happens here.
Don't blink. Live worldwide, exclusively on DAZN.
Yeah, it's two different type of energies right here. It's more of an intense energy with Daniel Dubois. Fabio's a bit more relaxed and, you know, being you know, minimal with the approach, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? So he did his little face off. He seems relaxed. He seems happy. Seems like he's in a good spot mentally. So does that necessarily mean that that'll translate over to the fight? You know what I mean? You know, probably not. But overall, man, it's a great fight overall. I don't see this fight going the distance at all. You got Daniel Dubois who could crack. You got Fabio Wardley who could crack. When it comes down to durability, Fabio may edge it. But at the same time, Daniel Dubois has that punching power where even if you're durable, you can still get your lights put out. So Fabio Wardley, he seems to be this guy who, maybe very well losing a fight. You know what I mean? Like the Joseph Parker fight, I thought he was very much losing until he stopped Joseph Parker. There was a fight prior to that, and I think Anonymous had brought it up previously. I think his name was like Hooney or something like that. You correct me if I'm wrong with the name, but he was very much losing that fight. I remember that one as well, and then he put dude out. You know what I'm saying? So his power has been bailing him out. He seems like one of those guys who comes from behind and just finds a way to, his dog, his determination, his grit, I guess his conditioning has been able to bail him out of a lot of situations. Daniel Dubois is somebody who I've seen fatigue, but also catches a second win. So if Fabio Wardley is specifically banking on, turning it on them later rounds and just outlast his opponent, Daniel Dubois, who I've seen have a second win in them later rounds, it may not work in his favor. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, I want Fabio Wardley to win, just because I feel like Usyk may fight the winner of this, and I don't want to see Daniel Dubois and Usyk 3. I'm sorry, I don't. I want to see somebody who, although I think Usyk will dominate, destroy Fabio Wardley, at this current point in time, I do want to see somebody new. I do want to see somebody, because all Usyk has been doing in heavyweight is rematches. That's all he's been doing. And that may be because there's a lack of competition at the top. But regardless, we've seen 6 fights of Usyk at heavyweight, and they were all rematches. 6 fights. He's fought he's fought 3 guys 2 times apiece. We don't need to see that. We don't need to see no trilogies, man, especially when the fights aren't competitive. So, I would like to see Fabio Wardley win this fight. I think he's very capable, but if he's in there slacking defensively and just getting punched on by Daniel Dubois, it might be a short night for Fabio. At a heavy, when you in the smaller weight classes, you could probably get away with taking some punishment, and eventually, it is always going to catch up to you regardless of what weight class you in. Wear and tear affects everybody. Ain't none of these motherfuckers robots, aliens, none of that. They human beings that their bodies can only take so much, right? So, in those smaller weight classes, you probably more likely to get away with taking some bruises, taking some bumps, and, getting past the tough fights with some wear and tear. But at a heavyweight division, when these guys could be ranging from 205 to 300 plus pounds, one shot could change the whole trajectory of the fight. So I think we're going to be in for a good one, man. I think it's a very exciting match stylistically. I think this is a 50-50, to be honest with you. I think that Daniel Dubois, he did get sparked in his last fight. So maybe, Dubois has become chinny. We don't know. Fabio Wardley, he took some, he definitely took some punishment in that Joseph Parker fight. Maybe he comes in less than himself. We won't really know, but I do think Fabio Wardley is the fresher fighter. I do think that he's more durable. I think he has more dog in him. He definitely got more heart than Daniel Dubois. I see Daniel Dubois quit on several occasions. I do feel like a lot of these things do favor Fabio Wardley, but this is the heavyweight division. You could have 1,000,001 things going your way, and then you get hit by one of these 250-pound dudes, and all of that shit just goes out of the window. And neither one of them have the best defense either. So, I think it's going to come down to who lands the more significant, who lands the harder shots first. That's what I think. You know what I'm saying? Bella Faith said Dubois should win on paper, but he's coming off of that KO loss, and Wardley knows how to pull fights out 50-50. See, we on the same page. We're on the same page. Dubois is very capable of knocking out Fabio Wardley. I think Daniel Dubois, if he catches anybody clean, he could hurt a lot of these dudes. You know what I'm saying? Like, we seen what he did to Gerald Miller. Gerald Miller had a granted chin. Granted, at the same time, he may have very well been fatigued, and that may have played as to why he got stopped, but he stopped him. You know what I mean? Philip Herkovich, Anthony Joshua, like he's been taking care of these dudes, man. I would have loved to have seen Dubois versus Parker, man. I'm mad I didn't get to see that. But, all in all, man, I think it's a 50-50 fight. It's going to come down to Who is affected by the shots the most? Who gets hit cleaner? Whoever gets hit cleaner, most likely gonna get packed and put up out of there. You feel me? Wardley's last win is magnificent. Hey man, I trust. I think from a mental standpoint, Fabio is more stronger than Daniel. I think Daniel Dubois, he can be tough, but to a certain extent. I never seen Fabio get pushed to a point where he looking for a way out or anything like that. I've seen him stay composed throughout the course of the fight. Haven't seen that with Daniel Dubois. I've seen Daniel Dubois, even with that Gerald Miller fight, like he beat Gerald Miller. Let's not get it wrong, but there was times in that fight where it looked like he was ready to go. And I think the only thing that fucked Gerald Miller over was him not being in shape. Justin said this fight not going past 7. Shit, I was thinking like 8. I don't think this fight going past 8. For real, that yeah, Jay. Something tell me this fight gonna end in like 6 rounds. Somebody gonna get clipped. And the way Daniel acting, they say he sat there and he watched Fabio Wardley whole workout too. So he locked in on Fabio. So he either really don't like Fabio or he understands that Fabio's a threat, so he's trying to get into his head to have some type of advantage. I don't think Daniel that smart, to be honest with you. So I don't think Daniel that smart to do some shit like that or strategize like that. But I think Daniel Dubois gonna come out guns blazing. That's what I think. And if this motherfucker Fabio could weather the storm, Daniel Dubois in trouble, man. If Daniel Dubois hit Fabio with some shit and Fabio not phased, Dubois is in a lot of trouble, bro. A lot of trouble. Fabio gonna take his shine in the UK. He think Fabio gonna take his shine. Yeah, last time he fought a UK nigga, he sparked him. Ralph said, this dude wore a leather jacket with compression pants. He not wrapped right in the head. That's a fact. You ever heard that shit where they say about people is like the lights is on, but nobody's home? That's Daniel Dubois. The lights is on, but nobody's home. That's definitely Daniel Dubois. But I remember that shit. That motherfucker he had some compression shit on with a leather jacket. I'm like, oh yeah, this nigga crazy. That's some shit that niggas will wear when they going around flashing bitches and shit. Yeah. Daniel Dubois be tripping out here in these streets. Let's have it. Let's have it. Yeah, nasty ass nigga. Yo, Slime, what up? What's going on? That peeping Tom fit? Yeah, he tripping. You said what now? You want to see my goods? You want to see my Corey? You know, that's what they call a dick over there, Corey or a Johnson. You want to see my Johnson, yeah? Let's have it. Yeah, let's have it. Yo, that shit funny as shit. This nigga Lorenzo, David Dubois about to show up fight night in some assless chaps. Oh my god. Oh my god. This nigga's crazy. That's some wild shit to say. Assless chaps is fucking wild. That nigga Lorenzo need help. That nigga in Tokyo wilding. You got freedom of speech in Tokyo, Lorenzo? Oh no, man. You might get in trouble for these comments. Wanker. What they be calling him? A proper wanker. Belland. Should be having me cracking the fuck up when they say dickhead. He's a dickhead. Shit crazy. A proper melt. They be saying that shit too. I'll be studying them UK slangs, bro. A proper melt. Dosa. You big bum dosa. Do I think Morrell has a long day at the office on Saturday? I don't really know too much about his opponent, but considering that this is a substitute opponent who's come in last minute, I think he'll be underprepared for somebody like David Morrell. David Morrell might get his he probably gonna get his first knockout at light heavyweight. Because ever since he's been at light heavyweight, he's been in with some solid dudes. Let me see. I be spelling shit wrong than a bitch on this laptop, boy. You would look at David Morrell record 12-1. Oh, this nigga suck. He just beat the dog shit out you. Yeah, the boy you fighting ain't never been stopped, but respectfully, he lost to niggas who ain't on Morrell level, in my opinion. He losing at a UK level. So that's interesting. But the boy, he only lost to undefeated motherfuckers 9-0, 15-0, 14-0. So we'll see. We'll see. I want to see David Morrell do well, man. Sanchez versus Torres, who you got? Well, that injury that Sanchez picked up, it might play a factor. That might be saying that Frank Sanchez age catching up to him a little bit. Frank Sanchez could definitely give Richard Torres a boxing lesson, but at the same time, Richard Torres is a tough style to deal with, bro. He like a heavyweight Sean Porter with how the way he maul motherfuckers, bro. You know, he got that quick. He's a smaller heavyweight, so he has like that quick. He got that quick first step. I mean, closing the gap fast in the motherfucker, faster than what heavyweights usually anticipate. And then when he's on the inside with you, he making it a physical, grueling, rough type of fight, man. So we gotta see if Frank Sanchez, we seen him get roughed up against Caballero, and you seen how the way that shit went. Not saying that Richard Torres is Caballero by any means, but you know, maybe if Richard Torres makes it physical, you know what I mean, doesn't allow Frank Sanchez to establish his range in his offense, he could have some success. But if this ends up being like a chess match or whatever, Frank Sanchez can run him into some shit. Morrell fighting a wanker. Yeah. What about Catterall versus Giasov? I'm rooting for Catterall, man. I think Catterall could get the job done. Giasov does look strong. You know what I mean? A lot of people feel like he would have beat Rolly Romero, so obviously he is, you know, of a certain level. But Jack Catterall done been around the block, man. This dude got a hell of a resume, to be honest with you. I think he'll be. I think he should do well against Giasov. I ain't gonna lie to you. I think he could do well. Definitely ain't gonna be easy for neither one of them though. And yeah, you know, Giasov got the better record, but look at the motherfuckers that Catterall lost to. Like, we counting that first Josh Taylor fight. I know I ain't. He lost to Arnold Barbosa. Arnold Barbosa, nice though. He could fight. Barbosa was a top contender at 140 for a long time. You know what I'm saying? I think he had the WBO in him. Then, he only lost to Teofimo. Teofimo's, regardless of the way we feel about him, he's a Top talent in the sport. He was a champion at 140 at the time. You say, Mark, your cousin Hosma comes up fighting Sean Strickland. I hope Chimaev beat the shit out of Sean Strickland. I cannot stand his goofy ass, bro. He be talking like a little bitch, bro. Always running his fucking mouth. Always got something to say about somebody. Like, I don't know if Sean Strickland just trying to find a way to be viral or whatever, but that nigga be like, it's cool to be, opinionated and all that, but Sean just be talking about shit he ain't got no business talking about. He's a fucking weirdo. Talking about shit he ain't got no business speaking on. Then he say he gonna shoot Hosma. Like, shut the fuck up. No, you not, bro. Shut the fuck up. And we know, Sean Strickland ain't even cut like how he be portraying. He's a fucking weirdo. See, Sean Strickland would have got fucked up in my gym a long time ago with that bullying shit he be doing, like sparring random people who ain't got no fighting experience and just bombing away on them as if they nobodies. I mean, like they you beating up on vulnerable people, bro. Like pussy shit. You feel what I'm saying? That would have got you strolled, beat the fuck up, probably popped at the gym, to be honest with you. And then when he around certain motherfuckers, he want to be on his best behavior. Like when motherfucking Pierre come around, he be on his best behavior. So he got like that selective smoke. He got picks. He pussy to me. You know what I mean? Really don't like him. What up, Hassan? So that cute little Asian girl on that Torres card as well. Who you talking about? Let me see what you're talking about. Mizuki? Is that who you talking about? I hope that ain't who you talking about, because she don't look good in that picture you just showed me. That Australian girl. No. She don't look good on that box rec page. Hassan, what up, bro? Damn, Caterall versus Gearsall gonna be a good one, though. Caterall a dog. I fuck with Caterall, bro. I really do. He a weird looking motherfucker, but he could fight. Yeah, I'm looking at her. He over here talking about the little cute jump. She look kind of hit on this box rec photo. That's why I'm confused. Like, who we talking about? Let's see. Let's see how she look on here. Yeah, you tripping. You tripping, Lorenzo. This bitch had a Power Rangers outfit on. She took a picture with Bud. She got best fighter of the year. She snapping like that, y'all. How she get best female fighter in 2025? Like motherfucking Clarissa Shields ain't around. What the fuck going on? How she get that? Philip Hergovich versus Dave Allen. Man, Hergovich should beat him. If that nigga don't beat Dave Allen, he just need to go ahead and get his shit up, bro. Dave Allen suck. That nigga's a fucking journeyman. This nigga like a white Chisora. I ain't gonna lie. Like, he'll get some wins here and there, but like he ain't. Nigga's a fucking sausage. That nigga, that nigga's a fucking sausage. Yeah. Nobody want to see Dave Allen ass fight, bro. Eddie Hearn be keeping that nigga alive. I don't know what be going on, bro. I don't know if that nigga part of the family. I don't know what's going on. This motherfucker fought Makhmudov. He just be, I don't know. He's a UK level guy, man. I've never seen Dave Allen fight outside the UK. I ain't gonna lie. So he a UK level fighter. She a dog, that's why. Damn. The best female fighter of the year is crazy. I don't know. I be feeling like these females, man, they be bigging up the wrong females, bro. Trying to tell you that girl, trying to tell y'all niggas, bro. Remember I told y'all, just like I was telling motherfuckers about Bam, I was telling them that girl Tam to Bolt, that tall ass, that 6 foot middleweight Canadian John, that mixed girl, Southpaw. Wait, is she a Southpaw? I think she's a Southpaw. She gonna be a problem. She only got like 3-4 fights right now. She gonna be a problem. You know, female box, you can fight for a world title when you like 6-0 anyway. And she'll beat all them champions at middleweight right now. Right now. She ain't giving me an interview, but it's all cool. It's all good. I don't know why. But yeah, I mean, I guess when they sign with certain promoters, they don't only accept certain interviews. Well, no. She not beating Mayer. You got her fucked up. Mayer fight at 154 anyway. She little. She little as shit. Chance of Bolt gonna keep that range on her, keep her under the end of them punches, bro. Gonna do her dirty. Not at all. I don't even find, I'm gonna keep it real. I don't find Chance of Bolt attractive at all. I don't. No disrespect. But I don't find her attractive at all. No, nigga. When I'm bigging up Tam Bolt, I'm talking about her skills. When you bigging up Alicia, you just worried about her ass. You worried about her looks. Hell no. I don't find Tam Bolt attractive at all. She could fight her ass off though. She a fucking monster. That's all I know. They said whatever happened to that female amateur boxer that looked like Regis Prograis. If you a female and you look like Regis Prograis, shame on you. And everyone was saying she was really a man. Was she really a man? I don't know, bro. That was a weird situation. That one side was saying that biologically it was a male. Then one other side said that she had a condition. She was born with a condition that she just had higher levels of testosterone. Look, I don't know what's up with this bitch. This bitch probably ET. I don't know. She probably an extraterrestrial bitch. I don't know. What I do know is that bitch do look like Regis Prograis. First of all, she do look like the root. She definitely got a Rougarou face. That's for sure. Now, whether the bitch got a dick or not, I can't call it. You know what I'm saying? But I do see that she beating the shit out of these women as if she motherfucking Ray Rice in the flesh. So I don't know. She need to be investigated. But it's like, how are we gonna figure out whether she a nigga or not? We gonna tell her to get butt ass? Like, how are we even proving this? Because she's saying that she not a nigga. Everybody else saying she a nigga. How are we proving this? Her birth certificate? Like, her driver's license? How do we know that this, like, what, get butt ass? Let's see. The fuck, nigga? Like, nah. Trying to see shorty pole and shit like that. I'm cool. Y'all niggas gotta figure that shit out, though. This nigga said, I'll check with consent. Man, this nigga said he'll check. That got to be one of the nastiest comments that ever came across MAZUMA TV history. That's some wild shit.
Aren't you embarrassed by this?
Who the fuck you think I am? Boy, you better slap your fucking self.
Whew. That was crazy. So, wanna bet? I think. Can you just change your name to wanna bet? Like, don't even. I don't even want you to have my homie Jerron in this name. Just name yourself. Just remove Jerron and this, and just call yourself wanna bet. Cause that out check shit with Boot's name on it is insane. Jerron wanna see. Jerron want to check. Oh my god, I ain't got the energy. I ain't got the energy for this shit, bro. Y'all niggas tripping. Yo, what the fuck? This nigga said, "Why would you name yourself after another man, nigga? You a grown ass man calling yourself a pimp on YouTube? Technique pimp? Oh man, come on, dog. It's 2026. We ain't gotta call each other pimps, man. If you getting hoes, just you ain't gotta tell everybody. You feel me? What's the girl name? I don't remember, bro. I just remember she was in the Olympics beating these females' asses. Let me see. Let's find out. I'm trying. So the shorty name apparently is Amin Khalif, and she's from Algeria. She's 27 years old and is 5'10". That's already a concern right there, bitch. Why is you that tall and not a nigga? Yeah. This is hold on. So this bitch right here look like. So that's a nigga. That's supposed to be a woman. She look like that Indian nigga off Big Bang Theory. I ain't gonna lie. What's that Indian nigga name that's on Big Bang Theory and shit? He got the accent and all. That's who that bitch look like over here trying to tell niggas that she a woman. All right, bro. This says she allegedly failed gender eligibility test. She failed unspecified sex verification test. How do you do that? What is a sex verification test? I'm confused. Is this bitch a man or not? What does that mean? Cisgender. What the fuck that mean? Well, what the fuck that mean? What the fuck? Denoting or relating to a person whose gender identity corresponds with the sex registered for them at birth. What? What the fuck? So she's a girl, born as a girl and raised as a girl. See, it's too many conflicting reports. She has naturally elevated hormone levels of testosterone. What? Reports suggest she is facing fresh questions in 2025-2026, including potential 5-alpha reductase deficiency, a condition in which can result in a woman having XY chromosomes. Don't niggas have XY chromosomes? How the fuck is there a condition? How the fuck? There's a condition where women have XY chromosomes. Wouldn't that make them a nigga then? Man, get her to man. No, listen. Watch out, bro. Watch out. But your DNA saying you's a nigga. Man, get the fuck. Get this strong face bitch ass up out of here. Over here punching on women. I should fuck you up. Let me run into you. I'm gonna whoop your ass. Look at this bitch. Look at this bitch. Look at that. Yeah, look at that. Bitch. You a woman? Hold on. No, I go back. The fuck? Oh yeah. She a damn fool. You must think I'm a damn fool. Oh no. He said this bitch shoot. He said that bitch shoot sperm 10 feet. That's crazy. You better go ahead. Fuck you mean you got a condition that you a woman, you was born a woman and all that? My nigga. Bitch, you look like your name Arnold. What the fuck is you talking about? Bitch, get the fuck off my page with that goofy shit, bitch. How you a woman and you got XY chromosomes? Oh, I have a condition that makes you XY chromosomes. Yeah, and that condition probably gave you a dick too. Man, get this bitch up out of here. This bitch is like my uncle. Fuck out of here. What's your damn mind? Bitch look like she owned 8 smoke shops. Fuck out of here, Kumar. Got me fucked up. Seen her at the urinal. Yo, all the toilet seats in her crib is up. This nigga said that's Mark with no beard. You know what? Go sit your little fat ass down. I'm sick of you little fat faggot ass. Always talking shit on my page. Motherfucker. All that time you talk shit. If you spend time loving yourself, you fat bitch, you be in a better place right now. Fat ass putting energy in all the wrong places. You big titty motherfucker. The Rock's wife. Yeah, I saw that, bro. I been saw that. I was so confused. I'm like, bro, you're the Rock. Like, what the fuck is you doing settling for? I don't know, man. I don't know. But we got any last questions before we get up out of here, yo? And The Rock says, yeah. Bounce Back said, did you watch the Albright versus Davis rivalry? Rivalry. I can never say that word right. Rivalry story Top Rank posted. No, I didn't see it, but I already know what it is. You know what I mean? That'd probably be a good little video. I'm gonna go check that out, actually. Definitely know there's a rivalry between the two. Yeah, it's real genuine animosity over there, but it's all really on Keyshawn's behalf, to be honest with you. Nair Albright is a really nice guy. Been around him multiple times. Seen him fight in Philly multiple times, especially during his come up. Very talented fighter, real laid back type of dude. Not problematic, not erratic or anything like that. He was just doing what he gets paid to do as a professional fighter, man. They fought one time. Keyshawn initially won. He popped positive for marijuana. Don't really feel like that should have been a no contest, to be honest with you, but that was their rules. That's how they, they overturned the decision. Ever since then, he been feeling away about Nair. You really thought Nair was sweet, for real, or you were just, gassing your brother head up to feel like he could beat Nair. So he was like, "Oh man, I fought him before. He easy work, bro. You gonna beat him, bro." Went in there, Calvin Davis, the big brother, and Nair whooped that boy ass like he stole something in his hometown in Norfolk. So Keyshawn Davis, instead of congratulating Nair or just completely avoiding him after being his brother, he go ahead, get into a back and forth with Nair, talking about he head butted him, shit got physical, whatever the case is. Just for the older brother to, from what I understand, come through and dap him up. They said Bomac and everybody was apologizing on Keyshawn's behalf, and now Keyshawn feel away about Nair because Nair beat his brother. But it's like, but y'all the niggas who asked for the fight. Y'all the ones who took the fight. So what, you just wanted the nigga to lay down? So now they got some type of animosity. Shit weird, to be honest with you. It's really all coming from Keyshawn. But it is what it is. You know what I mean? That's Keyshawn for you. Like his style, hell of a fighter. Very talented, has a lot of potential, but not a very likable person from a personality standpoint. So there's that. But I'm gonna get up out of here, man. I appreciate everybody that came through and show love as always. If y'all could go ahead and hit that like button on the way out, that'd be very much appreciated. We on the road to 4K. We went to the 3,500 mark. About to crack that 3,600 mark in due time. Shout out to the nation and the mob for making this possible. Until then, hope you guys have a blessed, beautiful one. We'll be back at y'all with another live, 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to continue clicking up on what's going on in the boxing world. Hope you guys have a great night. I'm up out of here, man. Peace.